Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Judy, and if you've never been here before, I'll extend an even bigger welcome. Thank you for stopping in. If you have been here before, thank you for coming back. And if you wouldn't mind, before I get started on talking about this, if you wouldn't mind just hitting that subscription button and ringing that little bell over there. That way when I do upload a video, you'll get a notification and maybe you might want to go see what it is. What I'm going to talk about right now is not going to take that much time, honestly. And, you know, I didn't do much research. I keep a journal. I've always kept a journal ever since I was maybe 9, you know, off and on. There's been a few years that I sort of went away from it, but I'm back to it again. And so I do have a record of when my friend said this to me. However, I didn't look to see when it was or why. I guess I'm wondering at this point, sitting here in front of you, what was going on that he said that to me. You know, I don't remember what it was. But it doesn't matter because we can make something up and it'll still be valid. So I know that I was struggling with human stuff, which is exactly what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to experience whatever it is, in whatever way our personalities and temperament permit. So whatever it was, you know, I've had a lot of struggles in my life off and on, and most of the time, you know, in the past 20 or 25 years, whatever, I've handled them much better than I used to. But that doesn't mean sometimes I don't get frustrated or upset, angry, sad. You know, I'm a human being. Of course I feel those things too sometimes, just not very often. I'm lucky that it's not very often. Used to be more often, but not now. And actually in the past almost 3 years now, I've been able to even better handle negative thoughts and feelings when they arise. I'm always being tested. We all are, you know. Tested meaning nobody's going to judge us. We test ourselves. That's another video. Better write that one down. But you know, when you're on the earth and living your life, whatever that may be, wherever you are, whoever you are, there's going to be challenges. And sometimes there are things that we place in a place of importance in our mind or in our experience. You know, we just feel like, well, that this is a really important thing, and this is a really important thing, and this is a really important thing. These aren't so important, so I'm going to pay more attention to these. And especially if you're making plans or you are, you know, it involves another person, you might think, well, this is really important. Why is this person not paying attention to that? You know, I can't even give you a really good example because it's so vague to me why this came out. But I do know that for whatever reason, and I remember when it happened, when he said it, that I heard immediately what he meant. And it wasn't a light bulb moment exactly, because it's just like everybody should know this, but but it was an, oh, that's right moment. So for whatever we were saying, whatever was going on in my life that I was probably complaining to him about, he said, everything matters except matter. I like that so much. A few videos ago, I told you that my daughter purchased a mug for me for, I don't know, Mother's Day, Christmas, something. I think it was Christmas. And on one side, she put another quote from the same friend. If you have to whisper it, you shouldn't say it. On the other side, she has, everything matters except matter. because I love those quotes. And I thought it was really cool that she used things that I really felt were important in this life, that I wanted to be reminded about, and I wanted to work on. Everything matters except matter. So that's not to say that, Judy is matter, My house is matter, my car is matter, the tools I use at work are all matter. When I go on vacation and I go to the beach, my feet are walking through matter. So matter is important because it's the vehicle or whatever that offers us the opportunity to learn. And so being in a matter-filled body is important. However, in fact, this is probably more important than it was then. If you watch the video I made really recently about quantum physics, in quantum physics, they believe that everything in the world, everything in the universe and all universes is energy. Well, I believe that too. And that even matter is energy. And they've actually been able to prove that. I used to always tell people the stone has a soul. Stones have souls, leaves have souls. I used to always say that to people, like, this is quite a while ago. And they would go, how does a stone have a soul? So I guess it's a different kind of soul than the ones we have. But what I guess I was really saying without recognizing it is that the stone was alive. And I did know, I could say to them, well, think about it. Like when you have a stone, it's made up of molecules and atoms. And atoms they're always moving. We don't see that because it's so small, but they're moving. So if a stone has something within it that is moving, that's creating it, but it's moving, it's alive, right? The trees are alive. Does the tree matter? Absolutely it matters. Don't even get me started on trees. But the things around us, the natural things especially, matter. Of course they do. But they are alive and part of us, just like anything else. When I say part of us, I mean the energy we have inside that is soul. Are the trees and the rocks connected by the same string, strand, whatever you want to call the thing I call spirit? I'm sure it is. Because when we break down, and I said this in another video, when scientists break down to the very smallest particle, the subatomic particles, and they look at subatomic particles of a leaf, and they look at the subatomic particles of human skin, they don't look any different. It's all the same. Everything breaks down to the exact same kind of subatomic particles. What does that mean? That means that everything matters except matter, because everything is connected. The matter itself, my shirt isn't connected to my computer. That flower that's growing in my garden is not connected to the moon physically. But in the core of its being, what created it and what caused it to become matter is energy. And that energy is what we call God. So everything matters except matter. And I think when we think about each other that way, treating each other properly, we're not treating each other properly because I have to, I have a quota. I better be really nice to 3 black people, 3 Asian people, and maybe at least a couple Native Americans, Or Or, oh, I'm going to treat women the same way as I treat men and vice versa because that's the way to do it. You don't think like that. What you need to think is we are all in this together, no matter whether we live in the richest, biggest house on the top of the biggest, most beautiful hill in the world, or we live in maybe a ghetto, or maybe don't even have a house and we're sitting in a cardboard box all day. It doesn't matter. Because we're all the same. Way deep down, our subatomic particles are no different. Because God is in all of us. And the experiences we have are certainly important. Animals are important. Trees are important. We need to show these things respect. They're gifts from God, created by God, that type of matter. We can't create rocks. I mean, you can create cement that looks like rocks or something, but a real rock, we can't make that. We can't make a bird. We can't make a human. I mean, I'm a childbirth educator. Oh yes, the two of us together can make a human. Genetically and, physiology, we gets together, we can make a human, but is what that baby is when it comes out, is that just a physical body? No. No, it's not. So when you think about matter of any kind, it's important to the lesson. But stepping way back or looking into the biggest microscope ever to see those subatomic particles, everything does matter, except matter. And our attitude about each other and about our natural world deserves respect. It's how we learn. These things are given to us for a reason. It's not random. But just like the wind that blows through the trees, the Spirit blows through all of us. It's lovely. So, that's what I wanted to offer you today. Everything matters except matter. And if you start to see the world as a gift, the people and the things in it as a gift, but those subatomic particles, that's the real thing. Everything matters, except matter. I'd love to know what you think about that. And hopefully I explained it as well as I possibly could. I probably didn't. There's probably something more I left out, but that's okay. There's that negative talk. I talked about that a few videos ago. The thought's important. Anyway, if you have anything that you've thought about as far as whether this is interesting to you or you found out, oh, it's a new perspective, I never thought of it that way, or again, if you just found it entertaining, please feel free to hit that like button. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by.